G'day, I'm Benny Wallington, live on Yugambeh country on the Gold Coast in Australia, and I'm also a performance coach with the Flow Genome Project. I'd love to tell you a little yarn about a process that I take all of my clients through, and it's really become a ritual both in my life and the lives of the people that I teach. When I was 31, 4 years ago, had to do the math, my partner Jacqueline lived about 7 hours inland. I was living by the beach in Sydney. And anyway, we'd talk on the phone every night, and after a while, I realized that when I was asking Jackie, how are you each night? She would be like, good, or okay, yeah. Just getting these kind of like long pauses. And so we had a bit of a yarn about that, and I said, well, what kind of questions would you like me to ask? And she said, well, she's a school teacher. She said, you could ask me the questions that I ask the kids each day. And I was like, well, what are they? And she said, 1, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Pretty simple one. You've probably heard a million gratitude practices. But really, what are you grateful for? What can you feel in your body when you actually sink into that space? The second one was, what's something that you can get excited about? What's something coming up that you can get excited about? Now, this is like probably the biggest one, because a lot of the time, especially when we wake up in the morning, we can feel like, oh, nothing's really going my way today. Nothing's going my way this week, this month, maybe even this year. But if we can think of that one thing that we can get excited about throughout our day, it can totally change the way that we go about our day. And that's because you've probably heard of dopamine. Essentially, we think of dopamine as like when we get the chocolate cake, we get the dopamine, right? But actually, when we think about the chocolate cake, when we think about the exercise, we think about something that we're really pumped to do, we get a spike of dopamine right then and there. So I really love leaning into like, what can we get excited about? And the final one is T, which is, what am I taking action on? What's the one thing, if I do this one thing and I finish it, then I will have had a successful day. And that's basically it. Get, if you got to remember, G for gratitude, E for excited, T for taking action. And Jackie and I do that every single morning. That's our Get ritual. Apply a little bit of breath work in there as well. And it's become a cornerstone, like I said, of not just my life, but the lives of the many people that I've coached around the world. I hope that's useful.